Ever wondered how to put a different size chain and bar on your chainsaw? Stick around and I'll show you how it's done. So this is my personal Stihl 029 Super. It's currently running a 22 LPX 081G. Got my hands on a 72 LPX 072G and a new bar from Oregon. So I'm going to be switching it over. It's a little bit bigger chain and a bigger pitch, so got to have different drive sprocket and bar here. So the first thing I'm going to do is take off the current bar, loosen up these two bolt or nuts. And then just take them off, set them over to the side. Pull the cover off. And then pull the bar off. So the new chain, having a different pitch size, I have to have a different drive sprocket. It's made a little different too, but it'll still fit in there. Just your chainsaw wrench will be fine, as long as it has a flathead screwdriver on one end. And right here on the outside is a little retainer clip. Just take that flat piece, hook it in that clip, and pull it off, but make sure you don't go flinging it across the room. Thing's pretty small. And set it over to the side and hang on to that. You'll be using it again. Then you take off this outside spacer. You'll be using that again. Save that. Now mine has this to act as a drive almost for the chain, so I won't be using that again. That matches the old chain only. Then you pull off this clutch cover housing thing. Won't use that. That matches this. But on here, little bearing. Be sure to save that. You will use it again. So place it in your new drive gear and set that on there. And there you go. So then you take your spacer and use it to kind of mash that bearing down further so you can get your retainer clip on. Take your retainer clip and get it started with your hand, and then take your screwdriver again, put it on the back side and push it down on there. And there you go. Today's Fix It Friday tool review is my Stihl 029 Super Chainsaw. I picked this up about 1.5 years ago whenever I got my outside wood heater. I knew I was going to be needing to cut a lot of firewood and came across this thing and couldn't say no. Somebody had traded it in at my local Stihl dealership and they reconditioned it and put it back out for sale, and I bought it. It came with a 20-inch Stihl Rollomatic E bar, and as you can tell, I haven't been the nicest to this Stihl bar. I wore the paint off of it, got it a little too hot a couple times, but finally turned my oiler up and fixed that problem. So currently running a 22 LPX chain on it. I've got a new Oregon bar to go on here whenever this chain wears out, and I'm going to jump up to a 72 LPX Oregon chain. The specs for this say it's 13-pound power head with a 56 cc engine. So that's right on the cusp of running a 72 LPX chain. So I'll let you know how that goes. The other day I did come along and fork my muffler. Pulled it off, drilled a few holes in it, and opened it up a little more so it could breathe a little easier. And I had to come along and adjust my carburetor to make it idle again, and run right. I haven't had a chance to get it hung in any big trees, so I don't know if it made any difference yet, but it definitely sounds a little different. So hopefully it's got a little more power and it can pull a little bit bigger chain easier. The saw's not all that heavy, so I can walk around in the woods if I have to and not really get that tired. And I don't really have any complaints about it. It's just a reliable steel workhorse like all of them seem to be. So let's get back to our project and finish putting on the new bar and chain. After you get your new drive sprocket on, the only thing left to do is to put your new bar and chain on and button everything back up. Since you changed the size of the sprocket, probably more than likely going to have either too much slack or it's going to be too tight, and you're going to have to loosen or tighten the chain adjuster just to be able to get it on there. For my case, I had to tighten it up, otherwise the bar was just going to fall off without having anything to hold it. Just take your wrench and tighten the two nuts down. And be sure to check the slack in the chain before you go out and start cutting. You don't want your chain to go flying off, and you don't want it to be so tight that it ruins a brand new bar. Hey guys, thanks for watching Fix It Friday. Remember to thumbs up and subscribe. And if you have any ideas of things you want me to try and fix, just let me know in the comments below. I'll be putting out a new video every Friday. Remember, click here to subscribe to my channel. Click here to see the previous Fix It Friday episode. Click here to see the next Fix It Friday episode. And click here to visit my channel homepage. Well, what are you waiting for? Click something.